Tara. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Sure, thank you.
Of course. With the Super Bowl less than 2 weeks away and award show season upon us, many of us will be attending parties. How can we avoid overdoing it on snacks and food?
Well, we are right into the new year, and now we've got all these parties coming up, so it's really tough for everybody. So one of the best things that you can do is substitute. Drives my friends and family crazy because I never make a recipe exactly as it's directed, because I'm always looking for ways to kind of substitute and make it a little bit healthier. So for example, I might make a chili or some nachos with some really lean ground turkey or some veggie crumbles instead of some of the more greasy ground beef. Another thing I love to do, I don't know about you, but I love dessert. And so the cookies and brownies and especially like some red velvet cupcakes for Valentine's Day, really good. So one of my favorite things to do is to, instead of using butter in some of those baked goods, I'll use I Can't Believe It's Not Butter or Country Crock. And these spreads are made by Unilever. And what happens is when you substitute the butter, you're reducing your recipe by 70% saturated fat, and it has 0 grams trans fat per serving. So it's really a better for you option than butter, and they really do taste delicious. And you can use them really in all kinds of recipes, not just in the baking recipes.
And besides ingredient substitutions, what are some healthy cooking techniques we can all use?
Well, one of my favorite things to do is bake or broil or grill, because broiling and grilling especially, the fat is going to like drip off, so you're not left with a greasy frying pan there. It's really just dripping off. So you can make kebabs. I've got some grilled chicken sliders here on a whole grain brun. So not only are you getting the whole grains in there, but you've got a lean meat, and then you can get creative with some toppings, whatever it is that you like for that grilled chicken. And things like chicken wings that you might be tempted to order out that are going to be fried, or even potato skins. You can actually bake those in the oven, and that's going to be a really good option. I also love to do kebabs where you get the veggies in there, and you can either broil those or grill those. And that's a great way to get lean meat and veggies in there too.
And how about if you're the one that's attending a get-together, and since it's not up to you to choose the menu, do you have any advice for those of us?
Yeah, you can, of course, bring a dish with you if you want. And one of my favorite things to do that's super simple is just some veggies and hummus. Everybody loves it. And you can just bring that with you. You can also bake some tortilla chips and put a little bit of chili on there and spice them up. The other thing is making sure that you're eating something before you go. Because if you're starving, if you're like me when I'm starving, like, get out of the way. I'm just going to eat everything in sight. So you can have a handful of nuts or have an apple and peanut butter before you go, just to kind of bridge you a little bit before you get to the party. And then my other favorite thing is when you're at the party, instead of eating from that big old dinner plate, look for the appetizer plate or the dessert plate, because the smaller plates give you less food. Research shows that people that eat from bigger plates tend to eat more. And then what happens is we take that plate, we fill it up, we sit on the couch watching the game or the awards show, and we're not even conscious of what's going into our mouth. So try to eat and then go to the couch so that you can really focus on the commercials, if that's what you're looking for, or the game, or whatever it is, so that you can really focus on what's going on, and also pay attention to your friends and family that you're hanging out with too, and not just making food the big focus of the day.
And do you have any advice on any kind of healthy drink options?
Yeah, so, alcohol can really get you, especially when we're talking about these games or award shows that are going on for 3 or 4 hours. So I like to use some of the diet lower calorie mixers with the alcohol, and then also just cutting back on the alcohol in general, which you can do with a wine spritzer, just mixing some of that seltzer water with wine. That way you're getting less wine, fewer calories, and fewer alcohol. And of course, the more alcohol you drink, the lower your willpower, and then you tend to eat more. And of course, it's not safe to drive home if you've drank too much alcohol as well. So we want to be careful, really count how many drinks that you're having, and be very careful and be very smart with the alcohol that you're doing. And then the last thing is really balancing what you're eating with how much you're moving. So that doesn't mean you have to, be on the treadmill while you're watching the awards show at your friend's house, but make sure that you don't skip your yoga class that day. Maybe do take a break from the show, or during halftime of the game, walk around a little bit outside or something, just to get a little bit more movement. Make sure that you don't skip your workout that day so you can balance, because you're going to eat a little bit more at these parties. So balance that out with a little bit more exercise.
Well, thanks for the great tips, Tara. Where can we go for more information?
Yeah, we've got a lot of excellent tips and awesome recipes at itisgoodtoknow.com. So you can check out a lot of the recipes that we showed here today.
Well, thanks so much, Tara. Appreciate it. Have a great afternoon.
Great. Thanks. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.